You're slammed all day, and somehow nothing moves. Your calendar is a game of Tetris. Your inbox decides what you work on. Meetings multiply, but deliverables stay flat. Quietly, admin expands until it eats your best hours, and you start calling that work. That's the trap. The fix is not grinding harder. It's stopping the silent creep, naming it, and using AI with intent instead of letting busy win. Moving to slide 2. Before you automate anything, run an audit. Not a fancy one, a brutally honest list. Open a note and write every admin task you touched in the last 2 weeks. Scheduling, follow-ups, status updates, copy-pasting between tools, meeting notes, recurring reports, ticket triage, approvals, chasing signatures, expense stuff, onboarding steps. Next to each item, capture real time spent, not your guess. Pull it from your calendar, sent email count, meeting lengths, and task logs. If you do it 10 times a week for 6 minutes, write that down. It adds up fast. Now note inputs and outputs, what comes in and what done looks like. Example, input, client email thread. Output, a clear next step reply and updated CRM fields. Track error and rework. Where do you redo it, correct it, or get clarification? Also mark dependencies. Who is blocked if this is late or wrong? When you can see the work, you can choose what deserves automation and what needs redesign first. Moving to slide 3. Here's the 2-bucket rule. Put every task into one of 2 buckets. Bucket 1 is machine work. Repeatable steps. Same pattern, same format. Sort, draft, summarize, extract, label. Bucket 2 is human work. Judgment, trade-offs, responsibility. Anything where you are signing your name, choosing a direction, or managing risk. AI can draft and sort all day, but you decide and you sign. That means your default should be human when the cost of being wrong is high. Legal, financial approvals, performance feedback, commitments to customers, anything that could damage trust. Use AI to reduce the volume of reading, writing, and organizing. Keep the final call with you. That division is how you get speed without handing away control, and it sets you up to hunt the biggest volume wins first. Moving to slide 4. Start with volume wins, not cool automations. Look for high volume, low effort tasks that happen constantly. If you do it every day, it is a candidate. Pick work that follows the same steps each time. If the process changes every run, you will spend more time babysitting than saving. Make inputs clean. A simple template beats a clever prompt. If the input is messy, AI output will be messy. Standardize what you paste in, what fields you include, and what the expected format is. Choose tasks where mistakes are low consequence. A slightly awkward first draft is fine. A wrong invoice line is not. Finally, pick tasks with easy measurement. Count the number processed per week, track minutes saved, track how often you had to redo it. When you stack small wins that repeat, you buy back hours without betting the business on a single fragile workflow. Moving to slide 5. Now spot the AI sweet spot. Start with long threads. Paste the email or chat history and ask for 3 things: the decision points so far, open questions, and the next actions with owners. Then you review and send. For routine replies, have AI draft from a standard voice. Give it the context and a goal. Keep a short rule set like be brief, confirm next step, include dates, ask one clarifying question. You edit for accuracy and tone. For documents, use AI to extract structured data. Pull names, dates, totals, requirements, risks, and action items into a table. You verify the fields that matter. For classification, have it tag items: lead type, urgency, topic, sentiment, customer tier. Even 80% accuracy can cut triage time in half if you keep an uncertain bucket for review. For first-pass reports, feed it your weekly notes and metrics and ask for a draft update with highlights, blockers, and asks. AI shines when it turns raw text into organized options. You keep ownership where it tends to fail. Moving to slide 6. AI usually fails in predictable places, and none of them are the model is dumb. It fails when your instruction is ambiguous, like make it better, with no target audience, no constraints, no definition of better.
It fails when there are hidden policy exceptions, like discounts that require manager approval, or a legal clause that changes by region. It fails on novel edge cases, the weird 1% your team only learns after a painful incident. It fails when sources of truth conflict, like a wiki that says one thing and a contract template that says another. And it fails hardest when the mistake is expensive, because the AI will still sound confident. If you want reliability, you have to design for accountability. Moving to slide 7. Before you automate anything, assign ownership like you would for production code. One person is accountable for the outcome, even if 10 people contribute prompts. Decide who approves changes to the prompt, the workflow, and the underlying knowledge. Decide who handles escalations when the AI output creates a customer issue or an internal conflict. Assign someone to validate accuracy, not by skimming, but by checking the specific claims that matter. And assign someone to audit outcomes over time so you catch drift and silent failures. When these roles are explicit, AI stops being a magical coworker and becomes a tool inside a system you can control. That also makes it easy to judge how risky a task really is. Moving to slide 8. You can score risk in about a minute if you look at 5 levers. First, customer impact. Ask yourself, if this output is wrong, what happens to the customer? Minor confusion is low risk. Wrong billing, wrong medical guidance, or denied access is high risk. Second, legal or compliance exposure. If the output could create a contractual commitment, violate regulations, or misstate a policy, the score goes up fast. Third, security and privacy. If you are touching personal data, credentials, internal incident details, or anything you would not paste into a public forum, treat it as high risk and constrain both input and output. Fourth, brand trust damage. Even if it is not illegal, could it read as offensive, deceptive, or careless if it got shared? Fifth, reversibility. Can you undo the mistake quickly, or does it create a lasting record, shipment, or published statement? Add those up mentally. Low score means you can let AI draft freely. High score means you tighten human control and narrow what the AI is allowed to do. Moving to slide 9. Use a decision ladder so the AI never decides. It only assists. Step 1. AI suggests options. You ask for 2 to 5 approaches, each with pros, cons, and what information is missing. Step 2. You choose the direction. You pick the strategy, the policy stance, the tone, and the boundaries. Step 3. AI drafts the deliverable inside that box. This is where AI is fastest, but only because you already made the real decisions. Step 4. You review critical parts, not every word. Verify numbers, dates, claims, promises, and any phrasing that could be interpreted as policy, legal advice, or a commitment. Also check that it uses the right source of truth and does not invent citations. Step 5. You send the final version. Your name is on it, so you keep the last mile human. This workflow gives you speed without gambling, and it makes the quality of your inputs the obvious bottleneck. Moving to slide 10. AI output quality is mostly input quality, so treat inputs like a product. Start by defining one source of truth. If 2 documents disagree, pick the winner and archive the loser, or the model will blend them. Standardize request forms. Every prompt should include audience, goal, constraints, required references, and what done looks like. That alone removes most ambiguity. Create example outputs. One good example teaches format, depth, and acceptable wording better than a paragraph of rules. Set tone and constraints explicitly. Say what to avoid, what must be included, and how to handle uncertainty, like ask clarifying questions when a required field is missing. Finally, ban vague task verbs. Replace analyze with rank these 3 options by cost, risk, and time. Replace improve with reduce to 120 words while keeping these 3 points. When your inputs are disciplined, AI becomes predictable, and predictability is what makes control possible. Moving to slide 11. To keep AI from turning into a chaos machine, You need controls that slow down bad decisions, not good work. Put human approval gates on the steps that can cause real harm. Maintain a red flag trigger list that forces escalation when certain words, data types, or actions show up. Use a versioned prompt library so you know what changed and why. Keep an audit trail and logs, and do quarterly failure reviews so the same mistake does not come back. Control creates trust, and trust lets you move faster with the right measures. Moving to slide 12. If you measure the wrong thing, you will optimize for the wrong behavior. Start with cycle time reduction, but only when the outcome stays clean. Track how long a request takes from intake to done, then break it into steps so you can see where AI helps and where it creates delays. Pair that with rework and error rate. Count how often a human has to fix, redo, or reverse an AI-assisted step. Rework is the hidden tax that makes automation feel like more work. Next, use cost per outcome, not cost per tool. Tie dollars to a finished, accepted result, like a resolved ticket, a shipped change, or a completed invoice run. Include labor, vendor fees, and the cost of exceptions. Then watch customer satisfaction signals that match the workflow: complaint volume, refund rates, time to resolution, or simple post-interaction ratings. Finally, measure staff focus time regained. Ask teams to estimate hours spent on interruptions, copy-paste, and status chasing. Then recheck monthly. When the numbers reward quality and regained attention, the process starts fixing itself. Moving to slide 13. Here is your 30-minute audit sprint. Pick one admin stream, like invoicing, onboarding, or support triage. List the tasks end to end, then score each step by risk, meaning money, privacy, legal exposure, or customer impact. Assign an owner per step so every handoff is clear. Automate one low-risk task, like drafting a reply or pre-filling a form, and leave the high-risk steps gated for now. Review results next week using the metrics you set. Then adjust one thing, not 10. If you want more scripts like this, subscribe. Comment which admin stream you want to audit first. Tools evolve. Principles endure.